I'm Sonic the Hedgehog!
That's how it's done.
7 rings in hand, speed through nights with feet in sand. 7 rings in hand, wonders all under command. 7 rings in hand, wild with just one.
Hey, it's me, Axel Meme Hog, or Sonic Lilac Fan 2011, and I am back with a new video. And today I'll be covering an analog horror-like series, which is related to Freedom Planet. And that channel came from, drumroll please, yeah, I know he's just a small YouTuber with passion to retro media, but don't worry about it. I'll just cover it up. On May 20th on this year, Eric has been really sharing a video that was made by Avalice Productions, which is titled Freedom Planet October 2011 Prototype Gameplay / Lilac. In the footage, in this thumbnail, is that we could see the early gameplay footage, which is Lilac in her hedgehog design. And to my acknowledgement, I decided to play it for you, but I will dub it the entire edit here. I decided to dub the one who was recording this. Now, the introduction was literally is the OneTrueMedia.com screen, which was being taken down for like whatever reason. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Blitz Sonic 360. Today, I came across a new demo for an upcoming fan game called Freedom Planet. It's by Galaxy Trail. Now, I did some Googling to see who Galaxy Trail is. Found out they're behind the canceled game Christmas Time Heroes, unfortunately. This demo wasn't like any Sonic the Hedgehog fan game I have seen before. Then we're cut to a Windows screen, which is that trying to open up Freedom Planet's demo. And when it does, it opens up this screen. Now, this is probably the Sonic World's splash engine screen, which is basically the Freedom Planet used in their demo. Then we're just being cut to a Galaxy Trail screen, which is the company behind this game. We then see the title screen, which is the earliest demo. But Sonic 360 starts, and then he was being taken from the main menu screen. He clicks on Time Attack, and then the screen happens. He was then sent to the character select screen with Lilac only being the only playable character in, with Carol being locked. So Blitz Sonic 360 chooses Lilac for some reason. Blitz Sonic 360 really begins on Dragon Valley, looking at an unused intro cutscene for Dragon Valley. He really sees that, whatever this snake mount is, along with Serpenty, trying, and then he spots Lilac. And then he just leaves and dashes forward in the air. And then Lilac now goes in. And Blitz Sonic 360 plays the game normally. Oh yeah, and I'll just let the rest of the footage play for you. Okay, so that was weird at this first. So I'll just give her a rundown with this black screen. Basically, Blitz Sonic 360 plays Freedom Planet, selects Lilac in the time attack mode, and then he plays normally, beating both sections of Dragon Valley. He was then being dragged into a black and white version of Dragon Valley without the name of the title card. So yeah, at this point, Blitz Sonic 360 just tries to beat normally within this time. He then sees that whatever this thing is heals Lilac. He then drops into this hole, and then he runs through, and then he rolls and he jumps onto a platform, jumps again, does a comet dash, and he does a he goes onto a spring, grabs it, and then he goes onto another spring, and then he moves forward, and then rides on the platform, jumps, and then he jumps, and then goes onto a spring again, and then moves forward, and he rolls onto this S-tube thing. He dashes through, and when he goes into section B, this happens. Okay, so then she really falls into the pit, and then she just screams of agony of whatever is possessing her. I am not sure what I could tell after the end, but I'll just explain it. Blitz Sonic 360 goes back at the character select screen, but it's now distorted, and Carol is being unlocked. And when he goes, for a moment, that Lilac's sprite is now being corrupted, which was either that she got possessed by the whatever entity it is, or Lilac really had enough playing around. And yeah. And the fact that it really gives me El Pendrive Azul vibes. Like, I had an itch of that moment where Lilac really was one. And I am sorry. Yeah. I had no idea if Strife or someone else made this demo. The original forum post was seemingly deleted. I will show off Churro in the next video. I can't select Lilac anymore after. What the hell was that? Anyways, toodles everyone. Have a good day. Okay, so that was creepy. Okay. And a little note here is that there are 2 other videos related to this analog horror series. So I'll play the second video for you.
Brand new Angelo Rules is up next, right here on Cartoon Network.
We then see a Cartoon Network image or screenshot of a recording. And it cuts to a report.
This is a public safety announcement. A 14-year-old boy by the name of Brian Davies, who was abducted from his home on the 10th of October 2011. From the last few bits of information being on his computer, including the video game software, Freedom Planet by Galaxy Trail, New York police have been trying to locate Brian's whereabouts. As we speak, the demo of Freedom Planet that was on Brian's computer was a malicious software that had no involvement with Galaxy Trail or the game's developer, Sabrina Diodoro. To anyone who has this demo, please delete it and report it to Galaxy Trail at https://free.limit.galaxatrail.com/.
The screen cuts fade to black, and the Cartoon Network logo was disappeared.
You think you could stop me? Well, think again. You won't be able to save your friend, Tom Wood. Anyway, you are next!
Yeah, I think I know where this series is going. Okay, so I'll give it a little rundown. So basically, for the context, is that a Cartoon Network screen really shows up, then it flashes into a report of Blitz Sonic 360, which was Brian, and then that Tom has to investigate for what is going on, and then this version of Lilac has really note that Tom will be able to try finding his best to save Brian or Blitz Sonic 360. On to the third video.
We meet again, don't we, Tom Wood? Still looking for your friend Brian Davies? Well, you won't be seeing him again. He is suffering as my little plaything, but if you want to play with me and I'll be more considerable to let your friend go. So Tom, what would it be? You have until. So do we have a deal?
Now that shit's giving me Super Mario Brothers Daredevil Edition vibes. Oh, and a little note is that I didn't even get permission from Avalice Productions, only credited him, and due to the fact that he is going to hold me at gunpoint if he sees it without permission, I'm sorry, I will take this down. But anyways, that's all for this video. Now, on to, well, you know the end. Have a buenos dias, tardes, or noche. God loves you.